guys, today I would like to speak briefly with you about the structure of the TCF Canada with the 4 main skills evaluates, and also I would like for each task for the writing and speaking parts to give you one example of to have an idea of the kind of questions you can have for the D-Day, and if you would like you could also interact with me to have a kind of correction, kind of feedback if you would like to. So let's get started with the listening test. It's around 35 minutes and you can have 39 multiple choices questions and each time only one correct option. The same for the reading time, excepted that it's a 1 hour session. For those exams, I highly recommend you just to be immersed as much as you can in a French area. Now we were talking about the active skills. Let's be focused now on the writing session. It's 1 hour. In 1 hour you have 3 tasks, so you have to deal with the time differently. For this exam, it's very difficult actually. For the first one, you need to write a message or an email. For example, you can have this kind of question: write a message to a friend to invite them to a party. So you need a friendly tone there, and also it's between 60 and 120 words. For the second one, it's more a narrative, or you need to describe something or a situation. For example, you can describe a trip you really enjoyed and use past tense here, 120 and 150 words. And for the last task, for the writing test, you need to express your opinion or make some comparison. This is more difficult than the previous one. And for example, you can have a kind of questions like, is sport essential for good health? Now you have an idea about the kind of questions you could have. Now, if we speak about the speaking session, like 12 minutes and 3 tasks once again. For the first one, you can have some personal questions like, can you introduce yourself for the first one, and then complete the 2 minutes of interview. You can have more questions about where do you currently live, where are you from, and so on. For the second one, it's an interactive task, so you have 2 minutes to prepare it. That's good. And here it's from daily life. Usually, for example, you have a situation like you are calling to rent an apartment, so you have to ask questions about the price, size, location, included expenses, availability date, and so on. Here it's a formal situation, so this kind of question is fundamental. And for the last task, similar with the writing test, actually, you need to give or justify your opinion. You have to give your opinion, some reason, some example eventually, with an introduction and a conclusion, like for the writing part actually. For example, the question can be, should mobile phones be banned at school? That's it. If you are interested in these questions for the writing and speaking parts in French and try to do a mock test, just send me a DM with TCF Canada and let's chat. Bye.